Magnesium is an essential mineral that plays a role in over 300 enzymatic processes in the body, but not all forms of magnesium are the same. In this video, I'll do a deep dive into how magnesium glycinate and magnesium threonate work, who might benefit from each of these the most, the best dosing recommendations, and the most optimal way to take them. Also guys, give this video a like and subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. Before we dive into the specifics, let's talk briefly about why magnesium is so important. Magnesium supports muscle function, nerve transmission, bone health, and even your mood. But many people are deficient in this vital nutrient. In fact, half of all Americans are magnesium deficient, which is a big deal because according to the Journal of the American Osteopathic Association, low magnesium makes vitamin D ineffective, which of course can be one of the reasons why symptoms like fatigue, muscle cramps, anxiety, and even trouble sleeping could arise. This is why choosing the right form of magnesium can make a big difference in how your body absorbs and uses it. Now let's break down the two forms we're focusing on today: Magnesium glycinate and magnesium threonate, two of the most popular forms talked about in today's time. If you want more information about all the different forms of magnesium, I actually made a video on that as well, which I highly encourage you to watch next if you want more context into the other types. Let's start out with magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate is a compound formed by binding magnesium to glycine, an amino acid that has calming effects on the nervous system. The glycinate form is known for being highly absorbable and gentle on the stomach, which is huge. And in terms of how it works, it's by easily crossing into the bloodstream without causing the laxative effect commonly associated with other forms like magnesium oxide. Once it does get absorbed, it interacts with glycine receptors in the brain, promoting relaxation and reducing muscle tension. Also, not to forget to mention is that the glycine form is also known for stabilizing nerve impulses, which can help manage stress, anxiety, and promote better sleep. I actually talk about it more in this video that solely focuses on the glycinate version. So the ones who will benefit the most from magnesium glycinate will be 1, people with anxiety or stress. That's because of its calming properties. 2, people with sleep issues. So if you struggle with insomnia or trouble falling asleep, this form of magnesium can help relax the nervous system, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. And 3, those with sensitive stomachs, since magnesium glycinate is gentle on the digestive system. It's a great choice for anyone who experiences digestive discomfort with the other forms of magnesium. And when it comes to dosing for the glycinate version, the optimal range is anywhere from 100 to 400 milligrams a day. It's best to start with a lower dose and then increase it gradually if you need, especially if you're taking it for managing anxiety or sleep issues. And in terms of when it should be taken, the evening or before bed is best because it has those calming effects. And remember, you can take it with or without food, but taking it with a small snack can actually help absorption. I currently like and take the one by Thorne. It's just 1 scoop of the powder and 8 ounces of water, which gives you 200 milligrams. I've left a link for it down below should you wish to purchase through the link in the description. It is an affiliate one, so it does help out the channel. One thing to clear up that I think is important is that the compound magnesium bisglycinate is also called magnesium glycinate. They are used interchangeably. However, because it has 2 glycine molecules attached, technically is more accurately called bisglycinate. So if you've taken magnesium in the past and it hurts your stomach, with the powdered version, at least for me, I don't get that effect, which is awesome. Now let's move on to magnesium threonate, otherwise called magnesium L-threonate. Again, same compound, just different name. Magnesium threonate is a newer form of magnesium that's bound to threonic acid, which is a metabolite of vitamin C. What makes magnesium threonate unique is that it has the ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, making it highly effective for supporting cognitive function. And how it works is actually interesting. It has a special ability to penetrate the brain, which makes it stand out among the other forms of magnesium. Once it gets inside the brain, it can increase the levels of magnesium in brain cells, which are crucial for synaptic plasticity and the formation of new neural connections, which is research that is still being explored on today. In terms of how it can support learning, memory retention, which is the exciting part, and there are about 4 groups of people that can benefit the most from the threonate version. 1, people looking to improve their cognitive function. So if you're concerned about memory or you want to support brain health as you age, magnesium threonate is your best bet. 2, those dealing with brain fog. So if you have difficulties with concentration and feel mental fogginess, the threonate version can be a better fit. Third is for aging. Since cognitive decline becomes more common with age, older adults who want to maintain, let's say, a sharp memory may consider the threonate version. And lastly, those who want to fall asleep faster. The dosing should be an elemental magnesium dose of 145 milligrams. Now, this is lower than other magnesium forms because it targets the brain specifically. I currently also take the one by Momentous, which works great actually. I've noticed I'm able to fall asleep much faster with this one versus the glycinate version. It's just 3 capsules, 60 minutes before bed. I like it because it's NSF certified and a favorite of Dr. Huberman's, which I'm a big fan of.
There are many forms of magnesium, but certain forms of magnesium can have positive effects on sleepiness and the ability to stay asleep, mainly by way of increasing neurotransmitters like GABA, which help turn off the DPO, the kind of thinking about the future, duration path outcome analysis, and make one sort of one's mind kind of drift in space and time and make it easier to fall asleep. There are a lot of forms of magnesium out there, but one in particular is Magnesium Threonate, Threonate, which you have to check to see if this is right for you, check with your doctor. But Magnesium Threonate is associated with transporters in the body that bring more of it into cells that allow people to feel this kind of drowsiness and help them fall asleep. I personally take 300 or 400 milligrams of Magnesium Threonate about 30 to 60 minutes before sleep, and it helps me fall asleep.
And you can also pick this one up in the description below. Both versions of Magnesium Threonate and Glycinate will also correct magnesium deficiency. It's hard to say how fast it can restore levels because there are limitations to testing and everyone is at different levels. But it's interesting to note from earlier when we mentioned that almost half of all Americans being deficient in magnesium. It makes sense if you think about it because the standard American diet that is ultra processed doesn't include foods that are loaded with magnesium, that being our dark leafy greens. Americans don't really eat their vegetables, so it makes sense why we have low magnesium levels, which is also contributing to subsequently low vitamin D levels as a result. I'll throw up a list of the top vegetables that are high in magnesium and comment down below when was the last time you actually ate any of these foods, and be honest with yourself. Spirulina, okra, radish sprouts, leeks. I'm actually curious to know. Or maybe you love your dark leafy greens. Maybe you can leave some tips on how we can incorporate them more into our lives. If you know any great recipes that are magnesium loaded, please feel free to share them down below. Also curious to know what your experience has been like with magnesium. Feel free to share your thoughts down below, and until then guys, I'll see you on the next one.